Hello, you lovely soul. I'm sending you a message like this today because today is Somatic Habits' fourth birthday. And I'm so deeply grateful to you for being here and being a part of it. That means what I set up 4 years ago is still happening and growing and growing. And it is such a privilege and an honor to guide you through your somatic explorations in this way. So I'm deeply grateful. And I'm here to say a huge, huge thank you. And as part of my thank you from my little Bali home here, I'm just going to guide you through a short sequence, just a little release around, especially our shoulders and our necks. We use them a lot. It's an area of really effective tension holding. So I'm just going to guide you through some of that. I'm going to move on back onto my little stool there, but hopefully you can still hear me. And just a short sequence that you can explore anytime, any place that you just feel like, oh, I could do with a little bit of release. So here we go. Start off sitting. Find yourself somewhere easy to sit where you can have your feet not too close, not too wide, but connected with the ground. And just give yourself a moment to settle. Feel the weight sink into your feet, into your sit bones. And notice where your awareness lands most freely, most easily, without any direction or effort. And then bring your focus up to your shoulders, your neck, and just observe, not trying to change or analyze anything, but merely observing what sensations are there, what levels of comfort. And then go ahead and shrug your shoulders on up into your bare shoulder shrug position. You might not need to think too hard of how to do that. Notice where you've drawn into. Where did you close and tighten? And then a slow motion release with awareness, restoring space and softness. And indulge in that sigh of relief of letting go at the end. And then go ahead, shrug them on up again and notice what happens to your head. Maybe your chin begins to tip up. If not, add it on in. Maybe you notice your back rounding and your chest sinking a little bit. And then wherever is most obvious to you, release from there and like ripples in a pool, just follow that release out and beyond. And take a lovely sigh at the end. And for those of you that have different levels of comfort in the sides of your neck and shoulders, let's speak to that. Go ahead and shrug your shoulders up again and notice if your head has a tendency to tip towards one shoulder or one side just feels more scrunched. Go ahead and exaggerate that. So tip your ear to same side shoulder, whichever side. It might be obvious or you might need to choose. Feel how the side you're tipping to tightens more, closes more, and then melt everything away. Restoring the space and the softness. Observe where you land. And then let's exaggerate that same side again. Shrug both up, but tip your shoulder and ear towards each other. You might notice the other side opening out a little. Notice how your arm on the side you're tipping to changes, your waist, and then melting away. You feel and sense the space return. And then take a moment in that place where you've returned to, observing if you're at rest or if there's some conscious effort going on. Just take a moment to be aware of the space on the side you were tipping to, the sensations, and compare with the side we've not yet explored yet. So then go ahead and shrug your shoulders up, and now could you tip your head to the other shoulder? Does that happen as freely? Does your first side want to shrug up just as much? You just exaggerate this second side. Feel how the space draws in and tightens between shoulder and ear, and then deliberately release. Is it smoother or bumpier? Notice where you land. And that might be a case of, I'm not really sure. And then go ahead, shrug to this second side, exaggerating it even more. What else is getting involved? The belly, the arm on that side, maybe the hip. And then melting and softening away. Becoming skilled at relaxing and releasing. And when you feel you're all the way out, indulge in a lovely sighing release. So if you observe differences in the tightening and the effort through those sides with a sense of balance now, so you might need to turn it down on one side to create more balance. Go ahead and shrug both shoulders up again, let the chin tip forward and up. And you might feel your back rounding. Go ahead and do that on purpose, tightening the belly, rolling to the back of your sit bones. Might feel like your tailbone is tucking forward and up. And then from wherever you like, soften, open, and release. And then let's allow this pattern, these ripples of tightening and release to flow all the way through from our top all the way down to our toes. So go ahead and shrug the shoulders, tip the chin, round the spine. And you might feel your knees tipping together. Let your knees tip together, tighten into the groin. It's all part of this pattern. And without moving your feet, just roll to the inside edges. And you might feel your arms bend and pull in too. And then from wherever makes sense to you, feel the release. You listen to the detail. And then take a moment to explore the space you've returned to, observing any conscious effort. And if there is any, could you just soften that? And then for a little bit of variety, let's begin at the feet. Same pattern, but we're giving our brain a different experience of it. So beginning at the feet, without moving them, without changing position, could you just begin to roll onto the inside edges? So your outside edges roll up. Notice how that brings your knees together. Deliberately tighten into the groin. You might feel your belly follow. Your chest sinks, shoulders shrug, chin tips up. And take a moment here to breathe into the space through the back of you. Feel how your ribs expand open. And then release from your feet. Feel the groin soften, the belly. Breathing into the belly, into the chest. And you might notice your shoulders and neck just follow. And then wherever you've landed, observe that place. How does it feel to sit here now? Where is your awareness landing right now? Is it different to right at the start? And notice if you can feel more a sense of more space or softness or openness. We can talk about feeling more relaxed, but sometimes it doesn't show up in that way. We don't always feel more relaxed, but we might observe there's just a sense of more softness, or I just feel a little more open. They are other ways in which we can identify with having released some tension and relaxed. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being part of Somatic Habit. I'm just so moved and touched. Every week you show up, you reply to my emails, you read my emails, and I'm deeply, deeply grateful. If you have any questions about anything somatic related or Bali, drop me a line. I miss you. I will see you very soon. Sending lots of love. Bye for now.